What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Aaron here, aka ELeMeNTz, and welcome to my very first gameplay commentary of Gears of War Judgment. I know it's very late, but this is going to be my first impressions commentary. The reason being that it is so late is because my internet is down at the moment. It's down till the 16th of April, which I'm really sad about. Yeah, that was a bit of a, I don't know, weird really. But yeah, I'm really annoyed with it. So they've got to dig up the drive and everything and get these cables from underneath, something to do with the snows and the ice and stuff. It's frozen one of the cables or something, I don't know. And it stopped us getting internet, so I'm having to play the game at my nan's. Call that sad, but if you were in my situation, you'd go use someone else's internet if you could. It's Gears Judgment, man. Anyway, yeah, this gameplay is literally, I'm not kidding, is my first game online. It is free-for-all gameplay. It started off with just 4 of my friends, well no, 3 of my friends I do believe, and you know, it just started off a little bit of fun and some people joined, so it got more interesting, so I just decided to upload it. So but yeah, it was real fun, this game was, because you know, free-for-all against all the lads, it is kind of fun. But anyway, excuse some of the bad movements in this game, because as I say, this is my first online game. I didn't play any early access or whatever. This is genuinely my first game online, so I'm trying to get used to the movement a little bit. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this game though. Seriously, it's by far the best game I've ever played in my entire life. Yeah, I just went there. I did just call it the best game I've ever played in my life, because it genuinely is. It's absolutely fantastic. There are, obviously, as all good games and any games, they all have their down points and their bad points. But this one, honestly, the down points that it does have, it makes up for them with good points, because this game is fantastic. Wow, look at that fail there against Paddock. Honestly, this game's fantastic. I'm really in love with it. It's absolutely brilliant. You know, I mean, here we go, all the people joining. It gets interesting in the gameplay, so yeah. But guns I've been using on this game really have been, obviously the main one, the breach shot. Everyone's going to be using that. The Nasher, that's the another main one. And believe it or not, the Hammerburst. The Hammerburst is unbelievably powerful if you know how to use it properly. I've been using it now since Gears 2 really. Where I used to, because it's a semi-automatic one. I never really used to use it in Gears 3 because it wasn't that powerful, but because they've kind of equaled out all the assault rifles, you can now go up against the Nasher, or a couple of guys with Nashers, and you have a Hammerburst, and you can still overpower them, kind of win. Oh, I got raped by James. James, you're an asshole. No, I'm joking. Yeah, you can get overrun if you have a Nasher and they have a Hammerburst, because they've equalled all the weapons out, which I think is absolutely brilliant idea. Yeah, moving on from the guns, I just want to really quickly, briefly talk about the fact that you can't get downed. This, to be honest, when I heard about it initially, you know, I was going to be slanging it off left, right, and centre. I was like, oh my god, why would you do that? You know, why would you take out getting down in Gears of War? That's one of its, like, I don't know, game-defying moments, I don't know. So I was a bit shocked. I was like, why would you take out being able to be downed? So I just thought, wow, it's crap. But I've gave it a chance, and I honestly feel that they have made a hell of a good choice in doing this, because it's absolutely fantastic idea. You know, because the way you can just run around the map and you can down people with a Hammerburst. You know, if you down someone with a Hammerburst, in effect, if their teammate has a stim grenade, that's kind of then them still being downed. Because, you know, if they get killed by like bullets from far away, or getting bodied from a long way away, and their body just drops, you know, they can still get revived in effect if a teammate has a stim grenade or whatever. So I think they've took out the fact that you can get downed, but they have also countered it by bringing in something that can actually revive you. So you're not downed, but you are downed in effect, you know, basically. So I honestly think that is a really good thing they've done there. Yeah, moving on from that, I really want to quickly touch on the campaign as well. I will be doing some sort of really in-depth first impressions video This is just a vague run around thing real quick. The campaign, it's fantastic. The campaign is absolutely brilliant, but my only downside to it is it's too short. It is really short, which is a shame, but again, they've come up with a counter, which I really like, because everything in this game, they've kind of countered it and made it better. They've took it out and made it better in a different way. They've brought out Aftermath, which kind of makes the campaign in a way more, it expands it, moves it on a bit more, so it makes it longer. So I think they've shortened the campaign, and they've realised, well, they haven't deliberately intentionally shortened it, but they've realised the campaign was quite short, and then they bring out this scene that was supposed to be in Gears 3, put it in there to make it longer, which I think is a really good idea. You know, I honestly think they have done a lot in this game, put a lot of thought into it, and they've just done everything for the best for this game. So the campaign overall, I'd say the storyline is very good. I like the fact that, you know, you can get the walk up to the wall and you click the crimson and that declassifies it or whatever. That's a really good addition to the game. It gets your stars quicker, and if you get 126 stars, I do believe it is, you'll not tie. So yeah, all sorts of stuff like that. I think it's really, really good effect of what they've done in the game. Overall, the campaign, I'd probably say I'd give it about a 7.5. Yeah, I'd say about a 7.5. I'd give the campaign, because it is honestly a really, really good story. It's just that, you know, it's a bit short, as I say. So, but they've counted it and brought back an extra chapter or act, which kind of lengthens it out a bit. So I honestly think they've done a very good thing there. So anyway, moving on. The game modes online. I spoke about this very briefly in some weird vlog type thing I did. I said that what they did by taking out Execution and Annex or King of the Hill or whatever, not Annex so much, because it stuck out in Gears 3, what they did there, I initially thought, wow, that's a stupid idea, you know, but they've brought them back in as a DLC, and I think that was a good move on their part, because there are a lot of Gears players in the Gears community that really did enjoy Execution. Me personally, I didn't really enjoy Execution. It wasn't my cup of tea, really. So, you know, but I'm happy that they put it in, and they put it back in as a DLC, because, as I say, there are a lot of people in the Gears community that really enjoyed Execution, and it was a big no-no by taking that out, and they've realised that, and I'm glad they listened to the community on that. But Domination, initially when I heard about that, I thought, wow, that's stupid. Why are you doing that? You're taking out King of the Hill and putting Domination. For this game, okay, I'm treating this game as a completely different game, because in effect it's a complete different game. It's Gears of War, but it's different. It's not the same as the Gears of War that we know and love. It's a new Gears of War in effect, and I think by taking out these game modes, it's made it enjoyable, because they've put these new game modes in. But even if they didn't put these new game modes in, the game still would have felt new. It would have felt different, because you can't get downed in effect, in a literal sense. You can't. Well, I don't know. What should we say? What else? Oh, let's just leave it at the down thing. For instance, that is a really big point in this game. You know, you can't get downed, and that kind of changes the game for me online, especially, and it kind of does change the way the game is played. So I think a lot more people are using assault rifles, and the way the game feels, the speed of it, how fast paced it is, it just feels like a different game. And I honestly think by changing all the game modes, putting different game modes in, team deathmatch, free for all, it's not copying COD. Okay, I don't think it's copying COD, not by any means. But I think it was a good move in their part by bringing out Domination and taking out King of the Hill. Don't get me wrong, I think it'd be an absolutely fantastic idea if they brought King of the Hill back as a DLC, but Domination definitely works on this game, and I'm very happy that they did that. So yeah, I think that's about it really, except, I don't know, camos real quick. I'll just touch on that. Camos on the game, I feel, are very good. I tend to stick to gold. I don't really stray away to any other camos or whatever. As I say, I stick to my gold camo for my characters and whatever. I tend to roll Onyx Guard gold with the Nasher or the Hammer Burst, and I tend to stick to snipers and whatever. I mainly play domination, so. But I honestly think that putting the camos in, it kind of makes your player individual, so you can, you know, stand out a little bit more. But yeah, just though, guys, before I go real quick, I honestly think the game is probably about a 9 out of 10. My personal opinion. There are some things that need fixing. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I have run over a little bit, but yeah, I will be doing an more in-depth video soon.